Hi, everyone. It's Jamie. And I thought what I would do here is to take a little bit of time to answer some questions, some frequently asked questions that I get from time to time via email or when I'm out and about and I meet someone and they find out that I'm a author. They usually have a few questions that they'd like to ask. So these are some of the more frequent questions I get. And I thought I would include it here for you as some bonus content. So the first question, how do you get inspired to write? And there's two ways I could look at that question. Do you mean the first time ever or day to day? But actually, the inspiration always was there. As I was growing up, just as a little girl, I always loved to write. And I can remember writing my first book in third grade. And it was The Man and the Hat or something like that. It was weird. But I got a lot of praise for it from the teacher, and I still have it. It's something I will share with you probably down the line in one of the newsletters. It's really kind of a hoot. But anyway, the inspiration to write on a daily basis, it just isn't a chore. When I'm involved in a series or a book, I find that I am so very excited to get up in the morning and to get to the computer, or if I'm dictating, to dictate it or to write notes about what I'm thinking about. It's always there underneath, kind of bubbling. And I don't find that I often get writer's block, which is another question that a lot of people ask. It's just not something that I find gets in my way. So I would have to say that inspiration is something that just has always been there, and I just embrace it every day. Another question I have gotten is, what is the best thing about being a writer? And I would have to say that it is just the ability to be able to tell stories, to entertain people, to share some of the things that I've experienced in my life and some of the things that I've imagined. And I also so enjoyed certain writers growing up, people like Jackie Collins, Sidney Sheldon, Olivia Goldsmith. These were my mentors. These were my idols. These were the people that I read and felt that that was kind of my lane. That was kind of my comfort zone and where I would like to write as well in that genre. Women's fiction. I just love it. I love to write about strong female heroines, and I like the feeling of being able to express some of the thoughts and feelings that I have through these characters. So that is probably the best thing about being a writer, being able to do that and to have that satisfaction of a completed book and to see someone enjoy it. That is huge. That is over the top. So number three, the third question would be, where do you get the ideas for your series? This particular one is something I had been writing for many, many years and put down, put aside, and then came back to. This concept of 4 high-profile women who are hired to co-anchor a daytime talk show came about right around the time The View came out. So that was a while ago. And actually, I started as a rookie writer putting them all together into one book. And it was a bit of a monster, and it was a little out of control. And it was only many years later when I revisited it that I was able to break it down into the 4 books that just focused on each woman and gave a real comprehensive background on each one of them, which is what they needed, and also gave me sort of a little springboard to continue to move forward with their individual stories and their plot lines and all the wonderful things that are happening to them once they are hired for the talk show and moving forward, all the things that will go on there. So that would probably be where the inspiration came from years and years ago. And just once I really got started with putting together the series, it was just very clear to me that I would have much room to grow and to offer you a whole lot more. Another question I get, what are you currently working on? And that feeds right into that next question, because it is going to be the show series that actually focuses on the ladies being on the show and the show as the years go by and what sort of happens in their lives and as they are actually doing that. So that would be what's next. And a couple of other surprises also that I will roll out to you in time. And as far as how to move forward with the series, which one I will continue with first or second, I think what I'll wind up doing is polling you and asking you for some of your thoughts on which heroine would you like to see me start with the new series, the show series first. There's also a possibility I'll start with Casey and just move along the line of the 4 in the order that they were first rolled out. So basically, that is it. The inspiration, the drive, how I came about doing this. I would say that, there is new aspiring writers also ask, how do you do this? How do you get yourself going with a series and publish these books, self-publish these books? It is a good part of the inspiration and the drive and the desire that's all there, but it's also a business, and the business side can be learned. And I would have to say that some of the biggest challenges have been in that regard. It's not something that comes natural. It's not something that is an automatic assumption when a person writes something and self-publishes it, that it will reach the people that they want to reach. And that is a constant aim, a constant goal, and a joy to be able to do that. And when I get the feedback from my readers, people who have read the book and enjoyed it, each time, it is just something that is just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal feeling. And it just wants me to keep doing what I'm doing. So, and that's the plan. That's the goal. So I hope that you got a little bit more insight into me from this. I tried to move through it quickly. But if you have any questions that weren't answered here that you kind of would like to know, just email me. I'm always happy to reach out and to answer. So please know that I do appreciate you. And I am so very, very grateful for the support that comes my way through all of my readers. And thank you for taking a chance on this 4th book. And hopefully you will enjoy it. I do look forward to providing many more for you in the future. Thanks so much.